Hello guys, welcome back to SWF Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Martin Reffell. He is a bare knuckle fighter and he's fighting for the is it vacant, the title?
It is, yeah.
He's fighting for the vacant British title at the O2 Arena. So and he's 3 wins, two defeats. And yeah, how excited are you? Because am I right in saying you fought at the O2 before?
Yeah, so all my bare knuckle fights have been at the O2 so far. I'm always excited to be there. It's a great venue, great crowd. But yeah, this fight means a lot. The last British title I took, I lost, but I took it on 3 days' notice against Scott McHugh. This against Reece Murray. And yeah, I've got a full camp, full training, and I'm ready to bring that belt home. It's still there, mate.
Pardon? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, mate. I'm still here.
Yeah, right. I heard you. Sorry. So just a bit glitchy. So yes, as you were saying, it's going pretty well so far. And on your debut last year, you fought Johnny Jones, and you got a first-round knockout.
Yeah, it was a doctor's stoppage. I don't think Johnny would agree it was a knockout. It was a doctor's stoppage, but nah, it was a good fight nonetheless. It was turning out to be a great fight, but unfortunate for Johnny, and my knuckles just split open his lip, and it couldn't go on. He went on for the whole round though. Like, we split lip, and he split my nose in the first 10 seconds. I split his lip. But as the round was going on, it was just getting worse and worse and worse.
And how happy were you when you won your debut?
Yeah, it was good fun. I was excited. I was buzzing. It was definitely a new experience. But yeah, no, I enjoyed every second of it.
And was there any nerves going into your debut fight?
Listen, there's nerves going into every fight. Anybody that says they don't have nerves, I don't believe it. I'll call them a liar. Nerves are good. As long as you're not obviously shaking in your boots, of course, but like, nerves are good. They keep you alert, they keep you fresh, they keep your mind working. And I actually find that, yeah, it's better to have those nerves at the beginning of a fight.
That's good. And then you beat somebody, Lich, I can't pronounce his name.
Aino Levici.
You say it better than I do. But yes, a points win that time out. And did you think when it went to
yeah, that fight there was the making.
So when you fought him, were you confident that you would have got the decision?
At the beginning of the fight, we were a bit unsure. Levici's a knockout master. He knows how to really throw some heavy shots. But once the rounds had gone and we were waiting for the win, I knew it was my hand getting raised, and I knew I'd beaten him in those last few seconds. He got enough rounds, and in the second and the third, the only way he was winning was by knocking me out. And yeah, it take a lot to knock me out.
Indeed, it does. And of course, then after that, you had Scott McHugh, who was your British title fight, and you lost on unanimous decision, but your first 5-rounder. And how upset were you as it was your first defeat, and how hard was that to take?
Do you know what? It was down. It was disheartening. But as I say, I took that on 3 days' notice. So I got a phone call on the Wednesday. I took it. Fight was on the Saturday. So we knew it was going to be difficult. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. and we knew Scott was ready for a war as always. But actually, I gave him one of his best fights he's ever had. I stood the ground. I went 5 rounds. I got fight of the night again. And yeah, it's as much as it was a little bit disheartening, I was proud of myself. And I don't ever see a loss as a loss, and it doesn't ever knock me back, because it's always a learning curve. So you lost for a reason, you learn from it, you move on, you go to the next.
Exactly, mate. I agree. And then you fought Johnny Lawson, and you got back on winning ways. And was it a bit of a relief getting back to winning ways on that night?
Yeah, well, Johnny Lawson wasn't meant to be the opponent. I trained for Luke Kelly, but he obviously had to pull out at the end. So I ended up with Johnny Lawson, but can't take away from Johnny Lawson. I knew it was going to be a tough fight, but I felt good and I felt confident because I've been grueling a 10-week camp out. Like, in fact, I think I've done a 12-week camp from that, and I was grueling and it was tough, and I was ready and my fitness was on point. So Johnny would have had to come with some massive shots to even think about putting me back. And as you see from the fight, I dominated the set go. I enjoyed every second of it, and it was an honour to share the ring with Johnny, and he was a tough opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it felt really good to get back into winning ways.
And then you fought Ryan Jett in a defeat, but that was in June. And would you say these 2 defeats have made you stronger and better as a fighter?
Yeah, that's the learning point. You always learn. Like, you never know. I might lose again down the road. It happens. Some people don't ever lose, and I don't think it ever makes them better, if you say. So a loss has made me better, and it's made me look at different ways of attacking the situation. That Ryan Jett, I've got to say, was one hell of a tough guy. He hit me in the first round, and my eyesight went slightly funny. And yeah, I didn't know where I was for a second. It took me a few more seconds after that to kind of readjust myself and work out where I was and what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that triangle was a whole different level of fitness. Like, I expected it to be tough, but it was really, really tough.
Mm-hmm. And so you've got your opponent for the British title. And how's training camp going at the minute?
Training camp's intense. It's only 3 or 4 days into it, and I'm already tired. But that happens in the first couple of weeks. But it's going. We know what we got to do. I know exactly what I need to be, where I need to be. And yeah, I know Reece Murray's a damn good fighter. He can box. He can move. He can go to war. He's been in the trenches with Lafferty. But it's my time to shine, and I will not be letting that belt go without blood, sweat, and tears. So, and I know I'll get it for Reece. So it's going to be a good war, good fight.
Is it main event, this fight?
I'm not too sure. I know we'll be at the end of the bill. I don't know if it's main event. They might have a world title come up. They haven't actually pulled out all the fights yet. But to be fair, middle of the night, I actually prefer to fight straight away and get it over and done with. But obviously, it don't work like that. But yeah, I'm not really bothered where it is. I'll be ready. He'll be ready. And it'll be spoke about for the rest of the year, that's for certain.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is going to be fight of the night, because you're always in a fight of the night, you, mate.
I know, I've got 3 out of 5 so far.
So it's going to be 4 out of 6 this time.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's one of my main goals when I go to a fight. If I can give fight of the night, it means I've entertained, and the crowd have enjoyed it, the judges have enjoyed it, and it means I've enjoyed it. So yeah, fight of the night's always a bonus on there.
Yeah, that's good. And of course, would you ever consider rematching Ryan Jett or Scott Michoud in the future?
Yeah, 100%. No doubt, eventually me and Scott will have to cross paths again. After the fight, it was said that we'd have a rematch. We had to wait on that. I think he's gone up a little bit now. But yeah, I would definitely have the rematch with Scott McHugh. As for Ryan Jett, yeah, I'd have the rematch, but I think I'd prefer it to be under the BKB rules rather than the BYB rules. But I don't ever say no. That's why I got the Levici. That's why I got the Scott fight, because I don't say no. There isn't any looking back. You know, you put a fighter in front of me, that's who I'm fighting. It doesn't really matter who it is.
Mm-hmm. What are you expecting from Reece Murray come fight night?
Sharp shots, sharp quicks. I'm expecting him to bring it when I step to him. I'm expecting everything that is needed from a boxer to be. If the guy can box, you can't take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how he does in the trenches. We've seen him against Laffy. He's done well in that fight. But yeah, it's a different ball game with different people, and this trench is quite deep for me, so we'll see where it goes.
Is it his first 5-round fight?
No, he lost to Laffy. He lost to Laffy at the same time we were fighting for. It was Laffy's belt, but it's been relinquished. So yeah, me and him have both had 5-round fights. We know what we've got for each other.
Are you going to knock him out, mate?
Town. See, I don't do that. I don't say whether I'm going to knock something out, and I look silly. So what I can promise is entertainment. That's what I can promise.
You can promise a win, yeah?
Oh, I'm definitely going to promise that win to myself. That belt's coming over me, even if I've got I don't know. Whatever I've got to do, I'm going to do. That belt's coming back with me. I'm having that. That title's mine.
What would it mean winning it? Like, what does this mean to you?
It means the world to me. You know, when I first started, I just wanted to fight. And then, obviously, British title, I think it's just got a bit more sentimental value to me rather than the world. The world will come later, but that British title, I don't know, it's a bit of honour. And it's just something I've got my eyes set on now. So to win that would be a great honour.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone who wants to come to the fight, how much are the tickets?
So tickets via messaging me are £50. If they go online, I think they're a little bit more due to O2 surcharge. But 50 quid if you come through me, and we'll do bank transfer. And you just send them. I'll just send them in the post, special delivery, so you receive them the next day.
So make sure you contact him for a great night of bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah, it's going to be a wicked night.
And you'll see Martin at the end with his belt.
Oh, I'll be walking around somewhere with that belt and my little girl on my side. Bless her, she'll be there.
Does she watch your fights?
Well, Tara's only 9 months old, but she's always there. So I don't think she actually watches them, but she's always there with me.
Mm-hmm. So how far do you believe you can go in the sport of bare knuckle?
I can go as far as my body will allow me to take. I won't ever say no to a fight. I'll go around the world if Jim and Joe wants to send me around the world. I'll fight anybody, any country. Doesn't really matter. Win, lose, don't care. But I definitely want to look to get myself in those record books. You know, it would be nice to get myself in the record books. Hall of Fame. And yeah, until my body says I can't fight no more, I think I'll keep going.
Exactly, mate. And have you got any advice for people who want to get into bare knuckle?
Yeah, if you want to get into it and it's something you really do want to take up, get yourself down a gym, work your fitness out, get in the ring. Get plenty of sparring. Don't be afraid to spar bigger people. Don't be afraid to spar people better than you. It's the only way you get better is by beating the better person. So, yeah. And the dedication, you got to push yourself to do it. The only person who can push you is yourself.
Of course. And before I let you go, mate, do you want to thank anyone who's helping you in your bare knuckle career?
Yeah, I would love to. I'd like to thank my coach, Marinda, my cornermen, Ian and Cameron. I'd like to thank my sponsors, TML Solicitors, Explosive 8, Longland Electricity, Respect Fitness, and Peterborough Boxing. And also, finally, I'd like to thank my partner, because without her, I wouldn't get around this. I wouldn't be able to keep pushing myself the way I do. She's always there in my corner. She's always there beside me. She puts up with my moods when I'm grumpy in camp, when I'm tired, when I'm aching. So without her, I wouldn't really get as far as I do. So yeah, I'd like to thank
And I would like to say thank you for your time, Martin. And
again, mate.
Pardon? Pardon?
So I think the kids,
I think I've lost you there, mate. But I just want to say thank you for your time and the new. Can you hear me?
Yes, mate.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I lost you for a second, but I just
all right.
I was saying thank you for your time, mate, and the new.
British title.
Yes, mate. I can't wait to get you back on it with the belt.
Brilliant. Well, I appreciate your time, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, mate. Good luck with the fight, and yeah, thanks for your time.
No worries. Give me a message afterwards. Take care, buddy.
All right, bye, mate.